where we started,
Mm-hmm.
and then...
Come on! You're not even supposed to be here today. He does this on a regular basis. Go away. Go away. I'm doing a serious interview. Go. Okay, we're good. If he comes back, you have to tell me. You have to tell me. Malcolm. Nothing. Are you opening that door?
He's leaving.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm ready.
So
My character, Gaea, in the first season, developed a relationship with Rufus, and she was basically the lifeline between them and the time machine in whatever time in history they were, and then back in present day, so I was their cord to bring them back. And that relationship developed with Rufus, and Gaea is very much, from the beginning, has been, she's a very strong person and a strong individual, and she doesn't feel like she wants or needs other people's help. So she's very driven that way and steadfast, and she has her own morals, and she believes, and she has a very good moral compass, and she believes in the good of everyone and the good of everything, and she is very strong by herself. So when the story developed that, say, when any time Rufus went back in history, it was just, and there was peril and, any of that kind of stuff, she's obviously very invested, and the transformation of that relationship transformed her character too, because she became more open, and she let people in. She let these characters in that she was in this situation with. One, because she had no other choice, and two, because it just naturally happened that way. These people became her family. And then in season 2, when we start to see the side effects of Gaea time traveling in the lifeboat, we see that she starts to get visions. And that complicates things a lot, because every time that the team go back in history, she starts to have visions of terrible things happening. And because sometimes when she tells them of her visions, it kind of makes it happen. So it's a very difficult position. And at the end of it, when she starts having visions of Rufus dying, ultimately her only solution she finds herself in, the solution she finds is to go to a different time, to escape, to save Rufus. The fans are the show. The fans were 100% the show. We wouldn't be here we wouldn't be resurrected twice without them. It's been an insane roller coaster ride, but just, I've been so grateful to be able to do it so many times, to just be able to keep telling this story. And I love that our fans are so dedicated, and I love that our fans are so for this show and for this story and for these characters, because they are so diverse, they're so different, they're so incredible, and they each have a story that many people can relate to. And I really think it's a show for so many people. I think it's a show for everyone, and I just feel lucky that we get to tell the story one more time because of our fans. Yeah, and this is my first show. This is the first big job I booked, so to have these fans is just, I mean, is it gonna be like this every time? It's been incredible. I love our fans. I love this show. I'm so happy we got to do it. Malcolm and I were in an interview the other day, and I guessed his favorite moment, and he guessed mine, and he guessed right. I have 2 favorite moments. One of them is when I am a Rittenhouse captive, and I kill a guy, and I I choke him with the bed sheet and I do that whole bit, and that was like, we did 3 hours of stunt work with that, and that was the most exciting thing. I promise I'm not a crazy person. That was just so much fun to do. Anything where G is about us, I love that because I love seeing that character. Second one is when Mason is on Rittenhouse's side and he locks Gaea up because Rufus and the team have betrayed him. And she puts together like a makeshift computer in the little cell that he's given her, and she puts together everything and she shuts down the whole system. And he comes in and he's like, "What did you do?" And she goes, "I don't know what you're talking about." And then she says, "I still need to pee." Like she needs to go to the bathroom. I just thought that was such a funny moment. So just any moment where G is about us, really. Okay, things that you are going to see in the timeless finale. A lot of Christmas puns. We travel to 2 locations. One is hot, one is cold. That's as much as I'm giving. So many fan references. Does that make sense? There are fan references. And a happy ending. The fans will be very happy. When I read the script, it felt as though fans wrote it. And I thought that was beautiful. So I think it's gonna be great. I love Malcolm. I know Malcolm so much outside of work now that it just complements it so well. Like we're in a theater company together. I was just in his music video. He's gonna be in my independent film later this year. So Malcolm and I kind of like, we're not going anywhere. Being on this show has given me some incredible relationships and opportunities with people that I wouldn't trade for anything. And I'm so happy that I get along with my love interest on the show in real life like so well, just like crazy well, because it makes my job so easy. And I love Abby, I love Matt, I love Sakina, I love Patterson, I love Goran. I never see Goran, but I love Goran when I see him. And I think it's been really wonderful, and I think it's so bittersweet right now. That's what I'm overcome with every day at work. I have so much fun and then I feel sad. I mean, oh gosh, I just remember the last episode of season 2 just being chaos and depression for Gaea. Like it was just, her world had come crashing down, and I don't think she saw anything outside of that tragedy with Rufus. Because she tried so hard to save his life. She went to the 1880s and lived there for 3 years, and she thought she'd saved him, and so she'd gone through all of this turmoil, and she'd given him up in order to save him, and then in the end it just happened anyway. So she's left at a pretty hopeless place until we see, ta-da, at the end, future Lucy, future Wyatt stepping out of the time machine. I remember seeing that being so surreal as like the actor, as Claudia. I was like, oh my God. And then when we pick up in the finale, what can I say? I don't know what I can say about that. I think it's gonna be one of those things where you're like, okay, what happens next? Okay, what happens next? Okay, what happens next? So I think we'll have them the whole time. I think it'll be an interesting ride the entire way, and you won't want to look away.